Today, we're talking hot throws. You've heard me talk about them here on the channel before. What are they? When do you use them? And how do you formulate your plan? Coming up next. Hey everybody, welcome to Elite Athletes TV. I'm Mike Pulaski, former 11-year pro quarterback and quarterbacks coach here at EliteAthletesTV.com. Today, I want to talk about hot throws. We got a viewer question in about hot. I talk about it all the time when I'm drawing up plays, when I'm installing here on the channel, and a viewer wrote in and said, this is from Nick. Hey coach, I keep hearing you talk about Q or hot. I think I know what that is, but could you make a video and explain it in more detail? Great question, Nick. You got it. Essentially, hot means for a quarterback when you're hot or when you're throwing hot, it means the defense is bringing more guys than you can block. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, if you love football, X's and O's, you like football content, make sure that you subscribe and ring that bell. Get notified every time we have new stuff coming out. Give me a thumbs up, hit that like button down below if you're ready to learn about hot throws, and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you, just like Nick. I'd love to make you a video. To understand about hot, we have to understand a little more about pass protection. Now, I have already done a video about Pass Pro, about the half-man, half-slide concept. I'm going to put the card right up here so you can check that out. But we'll go into Pass Pro a little bit right now from the Denver Broncos playbook 2017. So first off, let's start talking about pass protections. One of the big things you need to understand about pass protections is how many guys you have to protect. So you can see here, this is 64, 65 protection again. And that 60 tells you 6-man protection. NFL playbooks have a lot of different variation within their plays. They'll have 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65 that are all a little different variation to what you're doing. But we're just going to use essentially half-man, half-slide protection. What you have half-man, half-slide is from your first uncovered lineman, you're going to slide. So you can see here, if you come in an even front, you're going to pick up big on big, tackle and end are picked up by your tackle and guard, and then your center is your first uncovered lineman. And so with that, these three guys, 1, 2, 3, are left to pick up these three guys, 1, 2, 3. So Mike, tackle, and end are picked up by your center, guard, and tackle. Now, the remaining player or blitzer is going to be picked up by your back. So in this case, your H, and you can see all these little dotted lines going out here, who he's picking up. As a quarterback, if you see it, if you know something's coming, say safety is sneaking down, you know this nickel safety or nickel Sam is going to come, you can pick him up. But generally speaking, he's going to pick up 2 to the call side. So if they bring Will here, he can pick him up. You declare Mike, he's already picked up in this wash with these 3. So if free safety comes down, he can pick him up. Now, they give him all these because sometimes you can ferret out who's coming. But if they bring 2 of the guys that your back is supposed to pick up, that means you are hot. And what hot means is you don't have enough blockers to pick up the rushers that they are bringing in coverage. Again, same idea. Down here, if you go to an odd front, you've got your tackle big on the end, and then first uncovered lineman, remember we said, is the guy that starts the slide. Your guard is sliding with your center, your guard, and your tackle. And those 4 are picking up these 4 right here. And so what that gives you is you know that those guys are counted for. Those guys are taken care of as a quarterback. What do you have to be alert for? You have to be alert for them bringing 2 more guys. And again, you see the dotted lines here. The back has all kinds of options of who he can pick up. Most likely, Will is one of them. The offensive line is not picking him up. Free safety, if he were to sneak down and come, or if the free safety were to sneak over the top and they bring a corner crash or corner cat, that's also hot if they bring both those guys. So they have more guys coming than you have to protect. That makes you hot. So you can see if they bring more than you can handle, or even more to a side than you can handle, then as a quarterback, you have to have a plan. And that plan involves having a hot throw. And so when you think about it, when you understand pass protection as a quarterback, knowing where your hot routes are is incredibly important. A lot of routes today in modern football have hot routes or hot throws built into the route. They also have something called sight adjusts, but that's a different video, and we'll get into that later. So what I'm telling you is, understand, we're about to take a look at a video clip, that if they are bringing too much pressure, if there is a free hitter coming on the quarterback, somebody that is unblocked, then you have to have a way to replace that free hitter with the football. And that's where hot routes come in. Let's take a look at the film and I'll show you. What Washington is doing in terms of their route is they are running a pick, or call it a rub because, picks are illegal, and a little sit. They're running Y stick on the inside, and they're trying to run another quick hitch on the outside here, and the back is scat, meaning he has no protection assignment. He's getting out scat. You're going to see as I move the film forward here, Cal lined up in that base odd tight front, and they stem. They're in that wide tight up top, and all of a sudden they stem down. That late shift means that the center has to take the nose, the guard is occupied here, and this outside guy to the outside now becomes a threat here, threat here. So your 5 are now occupied with those 5. Cal is also going to bring the Mike backer on an A-gap blitz. As the center works the nose guard, they come wide, and the Mike backer is a free hitter. As this outside backer comes, you're going to see him peel on a green dog because the back is scat. He ends up man with the back. You'll see on the snap here that when Cal comes free, Mike backer is the free hitter, but if the quarterback releases the ball right now, he's going to have the Y stick where he can stick his foot in the ground and hit this little under hitch on the backside. Both hot routes as a quarterback. If you're feeling pressure, you've got the right play dialed up. You just have to stick your foot in the ground and make the throw, deliver it. You can even, as a quarterback, give ground here as you make these throws, because this one will be about 10 yards if you give ground, and this one will be about 15 yards on the outside. Any college quarterback has the arm strength to do that. Just give a little ground so you don't take a huge impact from the Mike linebacker, and you're good to go. Instead, and this is hard to do as a quarterback sees pressure and escapes. But if he were to release the ball right now, there's an open hot, and this is about to come open to the outside. So you can throw it on timing before your guy gets out of it, and you're good to go. Instead, Cal's pressure does a nice job. Quarterback does a nice job escaping that pressure, and Cal has to rally all that running around for no gain. So you can see Washington's quarterback got surprised, didn't really have a plan at the point. Washington had the right play call on, and actually that receiver on the backside on that little shallow rub sit, I bet that was a sight adjust, but that's another video. I talked about that. We're going to do that one later. You have to be able to replace that defender with the football, and you have to know where you're going with it so that they can't surprise you with the ball. If you take advantage of a defense bringing more than you can protect, and you hit one and you move the chains, you will talk them out of blitzes in a hurry. Another way is to check to a different play. I did something on cover zero video. I'll put that right up here because I love attacking cover zero because it leaves the defense exposed. Now, I talked about Y stick when I was in that Washington film. Let's take a look at Y stick. We'll talk through that route, and then I've got another film clip for you coming up. You can see here, this is install number 1, stick. Pretty basic play in the West Coast system. You're going to get a Y, or a number 3 receiver in this case, that's going to run the stick over the ball. Means he either runs the hitch on the inside or breaks out if he's got inside pressure. Quick out by the number 2, and a go route by the number 3. On the backside, and you can see in the name, 58 stick X slant, you've got a slant by the X. A bunch of different variations of it in this offense, but Y stick is a basic play. It's an easy completion, and it has the hots built into it as a quarterback. If you get pressure, more guys than you can handle, you know that you've got a hot built in the stick, you've got a hot built in the slant, and even a hot throw in the quick out on the outside. So we just talked about that Y stick concept, and what you're going to see here is Y stick, quick out. Rather than running the go, though, this receiver is going to run a shallow in. Backside X slant. Again, verbiage in that West Coast offense. Y stick X slant. It's not what Cal uses for the name, but that's essentially what the play is. Now, this is not 60 protection. It's not a 6-man because they are going scat with their back. So this makes this a 50 protection. 5-0, big on big. When you have a 50 protection, 5-man protection, you're going big on big. So you're blocking most dangerous man. This means this tackle and this guard are blocking these two cats to the outside. The center's thinking, I've got this Mike backer over me. And the guard is thinking, okay, nose. Tackle is thinking fan to the outside. Should be picked up. We're all clear. But Oregon changes the game. They now walk up their Sam backer. Well, now you've got 6 guys right here, only 5 to protect. So as a quarterback, you've got to be thinking, I'm hot. Well, why stick is fantastic because it's got hot built into it in that you've got the stick route, sit down, or could run away. And you've got DBs, you can see here, cover 1. These guys are in straight man across the board, but they're 8 yards deep to start. And so that Y stick, right now as a quarterback, I'm thinking, that's a hot. I also know on the backside, I've got X slant, so that's also a good hot route as well. So as a quarterback, you've got some hot throws built in. Quick out, it's a longer throw, so tougher for your quarterback, and then a shallow in. But hot is built into this route concept. So as a quarterback, you're thinking, okay, I've got pressure. If they bring all these cats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, somebody's going to come free. But as an offensive line, they're going to leave the free hitter to be the widest guy. This is the guy or the delay. What Oregon ends up doing is they bring a pick dog. This nose tackle picks the center, delay Mike, and bring him on A. The guard leaves, they fan and pick up these two, so you have a delay dog, and as a quarterback, you've got time to get this ball off. Slow motion, you can see the snap. Right here, as a quarterback, you know you're hot. They're bringing everybody. Your eyes could or should go, this is an easy hot, easy throw, but here's an easy sit down. They're 8 yards off. My X slant is an easy hot as well. So I'm not in the room, so I can't tell you what the read was or where the hot was built in. But if I'm playing quarterback, I'm thinking I've got a hot on an X slant to the backside with space and a Y stick on the inside with space. That's an easy completion. All I have to do is hit that third step and let her fly. Tries to get to the outside and has somebody right in his face, so has to adjust his throw around the outside, and it makes it real tough. But again, one more time, if you're a quarterback, and all of a sudden you think, okay, I got pressure. They're bringing more guys than I can protect. I know I've got Y stick on, which has hot built into it. Here's a hot. Here's a hot. I'm going to pick one of those that I think lines up best. You'll see this outside backer ends up green dogging, which means he's on the dog. If the back stays in and block, he comes. But because the back gets out on a scat release, which means no blocking, he starts his dog and then plays man on the back out of the backfield. So you end up with 5 guys coming, but you are still hot because you have more guys to a side than you can protect. And right now, if I throw this or this, I've got it. You can see that makes it really tough for that hot throw to the outside, and it's a longer throw. So as a quarterback, check that in your thinking. Where's the easiest throw? Where's the easiest hot? And how do I get myself out of pressure? So the key takeaway here is, A, when they're bringing pressure, have a plan. Know where your hot throws are at, and then execute and talk a defense out of pressure. If you like what I did here today, make sure that you subscribe, ring that bell, get notified every time we have new content coming out. Give me a thumbs up and hit that like button down below, especially if you understand now what hot throws are all about and you're learning how to develop a plan as a quarterback to keep yourself protected and move the sticks. And then leave me a comment. Just like Nick, if you have a great comment, we'll make you a video. So now you know how to get yourself out of trouble when the defense brings pressure. Just wanted to give you a little quarterback training, improve your football skills, and help you manage the game better from the pocket.